What's up guys, Brian here from BriGuyGarage, and today I'm inside our 2014 Chevy Silverado because I'm going to show you how to fix the service trailer braking system error. Now this is a really quick fix. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes, and even better, it shouldn't cost you much more than 20 bucks. Let's take a look. So if you're watching this video, it's probably safe to bet that you are much like myself and many other Silverado owners of this generation, and you are experiencing the service trailer braking system error here on the information center. It's pretty incessant and it's also intermittent. Sometimes it doesn't come on for weeks at a time, and other times it's day after day, and it can get to be extremely annoying. So the good news, as I mentioned, is it's a quick and cheap fix, and all it's going to involve is replacing the trailer braking system switch right here. So before we go and replace this switch, just a quick note: if you're anything like us and never use this switch, this truck is occasionally used to pull a small boat, and it most certainly does not have a trailer braking system on that trailer. So we never touch this switch. So just real quick, familiarize yourself with this switch. The left switch here does not move, and the one on the right slides back and forth. So just take note of that, so when you put it back together, you know that everything's in the right spot and working as it should. So here's everything that I'm going to be using today for the repair. We have the new switch over here and this trim tool set. I got both off of Amazon, so I'll put links to them in the description below. This trim tool set is really great and it's not expensive at all. I've used it many times for various different repairs and situations, and I'd like to think I'm past the days of jamming a metal screwdriver into the panels and marking them up permanently. So I'm going to be using this today. If you don't have one, and maybe you've repaired electronics or cell phones, you might have one of those plastic spudgers. That'll probably work great for you as well. So these are my trim tools of choice for this job. I'm just going to be using this one with the slight bend here on the end to remove the fuse cover panel, and this slotted one here is going to be used to remove the two switches from the switch face itself. So we're going to start by removing this fuse panel cover here, and there are some clips along this lower edge, this edge on the right here, and the top edge. On the left side there are just some tabs that help to locate the panel itself when you go to reinstall it, so you don't need to really pop anything free from this side. I found that it was best to start down here. You can lift this out just a little bit and get your trim tool under here. Although the tools are plastic, if you go jamming them up in here, you probably will mark up your panel. Okay, so we're gonna grab the trim tool. It's got the slight bend on it. That's gonna help us to pry and pop the panel off. So we're gonna start down here, like I had mentioned. We're gonna lift that up and out just a little bit, just to sneak the trim tool in behind there, and then we can just pop it out like that, and we'll just keep working our way up, finding the next clip and popping them out. And there you go. Okay, so there you go. Here's your fuse panel cover removed. You can see the clips here on the outside edges of the panel. And if you didn't know it already, here's some extra fuses, a fuse tool, and your interior fuse box. With the fuse panel cover out of the way, now all we have to do is remove the vent here and the surrounding panel, and that's really easy. If you grab it from here and start to pull forwards, you can see that it starts to pull out of the clips. So we'll just go ahead. That's the top one. There's the bottom. Out. And again, if we look at the back side of this panel, we can see the two clips here up top and two clips here on the bottom. So for this job, it's really only necessary to unplug the very top wire harness that goes to that switch. But for this video, I'm going to remove all three of these wiring harness clips, just so I can take the whole panel out and show you guys up close how this top switch is actually held into place. And of course, if you need some extra room, there's no harm in taking these out like I am. So on the very top one here, let's get it to focus on that one. The tab is on the top, so depress that tab, and pull that wiring harness out. On the middle one here, the tab is on the bottom. See that? Depress that tab. Pull that out. And then on the very bottom one here, the tab is on the right side. Depress that final tab and pull that out. Panel's free. Before we remove the switch assembly from the panel, we're gonna work on the front side here and remove these switches from the face. And I'm gonna use this slotted tool here and just get in behind the switch like so and just pop it out. So there's one, and just repeat the same for the other side. And two. Okay, so with those removed from the face, we can go ahead and turn the whole panel over and look at the back side of the switch assembly. And you can see here, there's a piece of plastic here, as well as on this side. And these holes in the plastic are actually grabbing onto tabs on the switch. So we need to take that piece of plastic and bend it away like so on each tab. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can pull the switch out towards you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start on this top corner over here. Pull that piece of plastic back while I'm pulling on the switch. I can feel that that tab came out already, as well as that one. Come over here to the top left corner, pull that piece of plastic back. Oop, pop back in, there we go. And this bottom one here, and there you go. If we take a look, you can see the tabs here that were actually locking into that hole in the panel itself. So with the old switch out, we can go ahead and take the new one out. Here's the switch. And another little bag with the smaller switches that mount through the face of that panel. Take these out. So now we can hold our panel again. And looking at the switch, you're going to want these buttons to be on the bottom and the slots up here on the top. Just turn that over. Center it in the panel. And just pop it in. So now with the switch assembly in place inside the panel, we can go ahead and put these little switches back on the face. These don't matter which way you insert them. Just remember from earlier that this left side is stationary and the right side slides back and forth. So you can actually see the slot there for the left side. So we'll start with that one. Just get it in there. Feels like it's good. Keep it centered. I'm supporting the switch on the back, and then we can just push this into place. With the left one fully seated and in place, go ahead and put the right one in. All the way on the right side of this slot is where it's going to be. And get that started. Keep it centered. And just pops right in. So with the new switch in place on the panel, we can go ahead and get the panel back into the dash. We'll start here with the bottom wiring harness clip. Remember the tab faces to the right towards you for that one. It's always fun straddling a tripod. Here we go. Now we can go ahead and grab this one. For this one, the tab faced the bottom. And lastly, the one up top. And the tab for this one faced up. So with the connectors securely in place, we can go ahead and take this panel and reinstall it into the dash. The two clips on the top go into their two mounting holes, and it's the same for the ones on the bottom. So we're gonna watch these at the top here and just make sure that they're lined up before we go pressing it in. That's the top, that's the bottom. And lastly, we have our fuse cover panel here. Start by getting the far side up. And then just get those clips back in. And you're good to go. All right, guys, so that wraps up the fix on the Silverado. It was cheap, it was quick, and it was easy. The switch came in right at around 20 bucks, and that really shouldn't take you much longer than 10 minutes. So that is a home run in my book. I'll leave links in the description below to the trim tool kit, as well as the replacement switch itself. And please leave me a comment and let me know how this works out for you. And if it helps, please leave me a thumbs up, because that helped me a lot. And check out the channel. Particularly soon, I have some videos coming up with my 73 Camaro, as well as my 79 Trans Am that I just bought. So if that interests you, consider subscribing. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.